Hey guys, what's up? My name's Theo. I play middle linebacker for the Hilversum Hurricanes. That is in the Netherlands. That is in Europe. I play Euroball. Every Monday and Friday I put out football related content on this channel, but I do vlog every day to kind of show off my life sort of stuff and various things. We are currently within our football season, so games will be coming up on the weekends, and so if a game is on a Saturday, then I'll put the video out on Sunday, because I do everything the day after. So Friday videos like this one start out with comments, and then news or any sort of what's going on with the European, Netherlands, Britain, France, just all the stuff that's going on around there. Perhaps some NFL stuff if it seems pertinent. Last week's was a bit controversial. Don't think anybody really wanted to talk about that one, but I still did. And then afterwards, since tonight I have practice, you guys will see practice at the end. There are chapters at the bottom, so you can kind of skip to when you do about those. Yeah, I'm not sure this vlog's gonna be very long. So with comments, we're gonna be going back all the videos that are football related, and specifically, the last two, because I do these every Friday. On the Halloween video I recorded, football costumes, someone asked, why do I live in Europe? My husband has a knowledge migrant visa. I think I did this one last week. It's really hard. Sometimes it says 7 days ago, and I'm like, is that as of I was recording, shortly after, before I was recording? So, yeah, I don't know. Husband has a knowledge migrant visa. He's here in that IT world. Data analytics, computer stuff. Like, he runs 2 monitors, a couple laptops, he needs VPNs and all that jazz. So it's a little out of my pay grade, but on a short I did, so it's 2 weeks until football. I think it was actually just a copy from my TikTok. It says can't wait. Well, that was a TikTok from a while back. So we're on game 3 now, and so because the first one I got canceled, we played against Almira, and then this Sunday was Lelystad. We'll get to that one in just a little bit. So we're on game 3. On last Thursday's video, I've been watching you since I was younger, 2016. Back then I found your channel. Thanks. MX Icy, love the vids, found you like 2 weeks ago, can't stop watching. J Willie TV again says I love this guy. I asked specifically what it was about. He says just you being you. Nothing against J Willie, but most recent videos I've not been myself. And Delph says looks good, but you need help getting it off. I answered a bit awkward. I thought it was about football skills rather than something else, because sometimes the app doesn't show me which video they're commenting on. I put in a physics definition about jerk factor and Y double prime, because I thought it was about my overall speed and get off speed, not getting my gear off like a football costume. And no, it's not hard. Not hard at all. First game and tackle of the season back from 2017 says who is recording you? I'm like, it's Aaron. He records on the sideline stuff. Back in 2017, he was not very good at this. We were still hammering some things out. So, Dirty 30, we have massive stuff going back and forth. He says I'm way too hard on myself. Yes, that's absolutely true. I'm trying to figure out why. It's a fact that I'm hard on myself, but I can't figure out why I'm inherently hard on myself. Just, he played football for 20 years and don't know the extent of my injuries. Well, I'm old. So it's a bit awkward with what happened, with the shoulder. It's a bit awkward what happened with the calf, hamstring, whatever. Things are just strange. Also he says, just like with WoW, you can put in countless hours. Well, yes, I have put in countless hours. In fact, this morning I was putting in like 3 hours. Should I have been doing football for that one? Possibly, but I didn't want to put in the football now and then go tonight and do also the football. It's it's awkward in many places because I can sit down and play WoW for 6 hours. I can't be in the gym for 6 hours. I can't be on a field for 6 hours. I did do a lot with Willie, but still, it wasn't even close to the number of hours that I can put into WoW. And that's part of the issue, is I'm equating the two. And I can't. I don't have the experience to do that. Making it second nature, who knows? Maybe it already is, and I'm still second guessing myself because of the first problem. Too hard on myself. I'm unworthy. I need to make sure that I'm perfect, because if I'm anything less than perfect, I'm going to be cast aside and, left to rot on the bench. I've many times in the past had that happen with teams. Someone on their mom's account, I think, says we have the same shoulder pads. That was from the original suit. That was from the original suit up video. Way back in 2016, I do not have those shoulder pads anymore. I don't even know where those shoulder pads are at. They probably are in the trash. Probably sitting in a junk pile somewhere. Sunday's video is going to be all wrapped up into the fact that I did not go to the game. I am human, and I am a deeply flawed human. I had a mental breakdown, but there's a reason I'm on my heavy prescribed meds, because I was technically having a seizure for about 5 hours. To be fair, it's not one of the, flop and roll over on the side. My brain was locked, and it was a panic attack, but of the highest degree, between the hours of 10 and 3 a.m. What caused it? It's always a conglomeration of things. It's never one thing. There's always the straw that broke the camel's back. And I keep doing my best to try to postpone it, because while I do know it's coming, I can't fix it. I can't stop it. I just know that it's coming. Pretty much that. There's a lot of comments on Sunday's video titled Mental Catastrophe. It's not a long video. I didn't record it. Aaron did. I feel bad that I didn't go to the game. We're going to move into news off this one because there's not many comments after that. A lot of people sent their thoughts and prayers, and what can you do really over the internet? There's not much to do. I don't know how to explain to people what happened, because my brain says if I tell them I had a seizure, that means that I am physically or mentally flawed, and that it can happen again. I do not want to show weakness, because as I was raised in the States, any bit of weakness can be exploited, and you are a liability to the company, to the team, to the group. So I do a great number of time trying to be normal and be perfect. And a lot of you are going to run to the comments right now and be like, you don't need to be perfect. With an anxiety disorder plus ADHD/autism, I'm not sure what percentage I am on either spectrum, but pretty close to both of them. It's difficult. It's difficult to slow my brain down, to not overthink. It's difficult to appear to be weird, because I know how many people innately keep the weird outside. They want to keep what they know on the inside, and that's, yeah. So to move on to news, the Crusaders remain the only undefeated team, which, when you only have 8 teams, it's kind of, after 3 games, what's going on here? To be fair, they went completely defeated last year, so did they rebuild themselves, or are the other clubs suffering because of after Corona? Last season was in the before time. The Panthers this weekend were able to play their first game because their first one, kind of their fault. Then we had a ref shortage the next on week 2, so their game got canceled. Out of the 4 that were scheduled, one of them had to be canceled. So unlucky for them. And so, but then their first game they then lost, but it's... My team played the Lelystad Commanders, and the score wound up being 8-7. That was a touchdown for us and a PAT, and a touchdown, no PAT, and a safety for them. I saw the breakdown while I was in between my breakdowns. Someone posted the halftime score of like 7-2 or something like that, and I was like, 2? That's a safety. I found out that our quarterback got a little injured on one play, and as an American, when I hear that someone goes to the hospital, I think of it as serious, but when you actually have regular health care in a country, going to the hospital or going to the emergency room is not a death sentence to your bank account, so people tend to go a little bit more often than in absolute dire emergency. Yeah, so it was a bit awkward, because I read the chat the next day, and it was like, oh my god, why do you... Oh, right, just... You went to the emergency room to get an x-ray. I could have done that probably any time, rather than waiting to call my doctor and get an appointment so he could... Especially when, something popped out of joint or something. But it just doesn't dawn on me as an American to go to the urgency care when I have a little bit of pain. Yeah. Group A, Crusaders 2-0, Falcons 2-1. They've been able to play all 3 games. Panthers 0-1. Groningen 0-3. Oh, because they had a forfeit. Group B, Trojans 2-1, Lelystad 2-1, Hilversum, my team, 1-1. But we had the first game with the Panthers was rescheduled, so we've only technically played 2 games. And then Flavo is 1-2, and I hate to say this to Flavo, but they won that game because Groningen forfeited. But yeah. So yeah, it was Panthers 0, Falcons 20, Groningen 3, Crusaders 32, Lelystad 8, Hilversum 7, Flavo 8, Trojans 19. So that's the layout for that one. This next game, since I seem to have gotten a bit more about me and blown off a little bit of steam, and hopefully the seizure has been seized and worked out, and hopefully I can work on some problems. Yeah, the Groningen game is going to be an away game. We're going up there, but it is a Sunday, so there will be no fun times after party. So Aaron and I will most likely be vlogging on the train back after the game, just what's going on there. Tonight we're going to be talking over some things. And personally, I feel like I have to apologize for having a medical problem the night before the game. I don't. I could have gotten in a car wreck on the way to the game, but the stupid thing is I would have felt guilty for it, even if the accident wasn't my fault, so, yeah. So... yeah. I'll say this again. Our Panthers game has been rescheduled. I'm not sure my memory went, but it's March. After this next game at the end of the month, we have a long break. So I'm going to try to pull up some private lesson stuff like I did before with Gabrielle, and do some stuff during at least December. I understand that December is a very awkward time with crappy weather, and because of private trainings and stuff, things have to happen outside. And I understand that there's rules about private training and licensing and private work, whatever. So we'll see how that works out. I'm going to work it out with him for the rest of the month and see where and when we can do things, and work more on explosive speed just to get through the blitzing a little bit better. And I'm going to work on the other side and try to see if I can slow my brain down, whether I medicate for ADHD or I start doing that Amsterdam life. Anyways, I will check you guys out at practice. I don't know what I'll record. I don't know what the weather is going to be like. Yep, I'm still in my pants. So, I tried to record stuff at practice, but there was just nobody there. We had equal amounts of linemen as we did offense. There was just Jeroen and I for linebackers, suited up. And so Jeroen, who's also moonlighting as running back, helped one of our newer running backs and stuff. I went over with the line and performed the ideas of doing stuff with line against the sled. It's been a while since I'd hit the sled. I was a little bit feeling, but always being with the line, it's awkward. I'm used to inherently authoritarian ideas, you know, being from the States. So a coach tells you what to do and that is what you do. No questions asked. Yes, sir. That motherfucking sound. Is that a drum line? Oh, that's my green tea. I don't know why. I pulled out the big thing and I was like, yeah, that's my protein shake. Okay. 20 grams. I did have a whole pizza today, so. But practice was going well. 2 receivers, couple out on defense and stuff. I'm not fully recovered from Sunday. Started getting in my head a little bit and I didn't feel like it, so I took my pads off about 9:30. All right. Got like 12 minutes. I can always eat my gummies on the train. Something I found out today because I don't follow USA News. I don't even really follow Dutch news. Impromptu press conference tomorrow. The sentiment and dark humor, don't cancel me, is the unvaccinated are making their choice. I've seen this thing in the States. I've seen it play out for the last months. Well, special event, double artifact mission capacity. But I'm on the wrong egg. I can't even throw something away. Yeah. So I didn't get much at practice. You know, like I said, I'm still in my pants. And there's a gear. And I talked with Jeroen afterwards. Had as close to a heart-to-heart as he and I are ever going to have. We are... nobody is... Few people here have the potential of being a Willie. And that's why I keep feeling bad, is the fact that I can't do anything to get Willie here. I can't get a Willie here. You know? Aaron has his purposes, but I don't have anybody else. And I don't want to say that Aaron can't, you know, Aaron shouldn't have to do everything. I am backlit with an Albertine pad. Let's front light myself, see? Like, I don't know. Shall we thirst trap? Oh. I don't know how, but yeah. Everybody said Sondag. Some people aren't going to be here for Sunday, but we're just progressing as progressing happens. We don't know what's going to happen. Are they shutting down restaurants? Are they shutting down public venues? Are they enforcing? It just says lockdown. 6 minutes. Let me grab a Dutch news.nl. I'll talk more. They're going back to Anderhalve meter. Like, it's just Netherlands records more than 16,000 coronavirus cases and may face lockdown type measures. Does this affect outdoor sports? Does this, I mean, if we're full ass vaccinated, you know, we shouldn't have the issue of events will be canceled, cinemas and theaters will close. There could also be changes to bars and cafe opening times and on the size of permitted groups. Schools will remain open, which I don't think anything with the sporting will go on. I saw that on Twitter, something called the 2G rule. Would exclude people who have tested negative for the virus from attending events and going out to cafes and theaters. Whatever. And that's the option. That's, you know, but I'm just going to let you guys go. We had a bit of football stuff. What is did I scratch the camera? We'll talk tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a little bit, go to the gym one last time. I don't know.